And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I am reviewing Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, released back in some point. It's an older Lego game, but not super old, as Lego games in general are not that old. I played this. It was released on many platforms, but I played it on Steam. Jeffofthemellows was very, very generous and was grateful enough. I was very grateful to have it gifted to me by him so that I could play it. So I was playing it on Steam on my laptop with the PS4 controller, which really does not work out as well as it may seem. Not because the controller doesn't work that well, but just because it doesn't stay connected well. But that's a whole different rant for another time. This game took me a while to complete. I've been playing it for about a month now at the time of this video going up. But I just now finally got the chance because I'm working more and other stuff. But so anyway, I got a lot of thoughts on it though. So let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, the game's pretty dimly lit, I think. It's not the most... it's not in every part of the level, and I guess it's also part of your screen's brightness and stuff like that. I don't know. It was just hard to see some of the stuff that you were supposed to do sometimes, and that's because the game has an overall more darker tone than maybe I would have liked, but also, again, that probably isn't fully true. It just depends on how you play it, so... though the game, otherwise than the lighting, looks amazing, especially for an older style Lego game. I know this was on Steam, so you get the best resolution possible for being on a laptop, so that helps. But I think overall it still looks really good. Graphics look good, and animations are nice, and stuff like that. So that's cool. It's old though because there's no voice acting in the game, and the cutscenes are relatively short compared to what we see in more modern Lego games, though they are still pretty prevalent. So there is a lot of combat in this game. And now in Lego games, there's usually good amount of combat. Usually there's a good amount of enemies to fight, battles to do. Especially in like the Lego Star Wars games, obviously. But this game just felt like it takes that meter and just cranks it up to another level. It just seems like every level there was just, especially the ones when you're trying to like take over all of the areas, like and building stuff to defeat enemies and like take back, win the war or whatever. I don't know. That you just get flooded with stuff there, and it's just really, really hard to figure out what to do. I think this game is virtually impossible to do a no-death run in. I'm sure somebody has done it before, but it would take a lot of practice and a lot of tries to get it done, because there's just so much stuff that you have to worry about in the game for that. The levels really do vary in length. Some feel, the right length. Some felt very, very short, particularly the final battle, which we'll get to a little bit later on, and some really just drag on. A lot of levels that are structured like the final battle just seem to go on forever and ever and ever with just so many random sequences that just really don't feel necessary. There is not a super large amount of levels in the game. There's 20 total levels, which is a fair amount for a Lego game. It's just they really do vary in length, and that can really switch you up. I do like that you can jump around to the 3 different sections that there are of the game. So you got the prologue, and then there's 3 different sets of 6 levels that focus on different aspects of like the story it's based off of, the Star Wars movies and stuff that it's based off of. So it's nice because you can jump around between levels, between sections, and do whatever one you want in whatever order, and then at the end they all come together for the final level of the game, which is nice. So it does make the game feel a little bit less linear, a little more open world, and that's nice. So I don't like that they have the cursor pointing to the character. It you have to have like point. So it's switching characters. You have to like point the cursor at the character you want to switch to, and just instead of just hitting the switch button. That's really weird because you don't. Sometimes it won't let you switch characters at all. Sometimes it will switch to the wrong character, and it just will refuse to switch to the character that you need to switch to. Again, this is something that they fixed in newer Lego games, which is good. But it's something that they really could have. Really annoying, especially in higher combat situations, especially if they get split up. It's hard to figure that out, and it's really annoying. And you guys may have noticed I have not talked about a lot of the more prevalent elements of a Lego game. And that's just like the mini kits, collecting the studs, getting the gold bricks, all that kind of stuff. Those elements are there for sure. They're just not as prevalent. They're and also when they're a lot harder to do. This is mostly because of the studs, collecting them to get like the true Jedi rank, which then gets you a gold brick too. A lot of levels, it's really hard to do that because you have to use studs to buy artillery to use to progress the level. So you really got to work and really got to collect all them all. And that could just be something that, a lot of players may not want to do. But they're there, just not nearly as prevalent. Which it's for some people might be a good thing. Some people it might not be. To me, it really wasn't a huge deal, as I am not a 100% completionist type guy. But that's just something to know going in. And then, at the end, talk about the final level of the game. I think it's very underwhelming. I think it's a very underwhelming final battle because it just feels very short. It doesn't really feel like the three sections come together. It feels like you're just doing another level and with a little bit of extra like challenge to it, but it wasn't even really that challenging. Once you know what to do, this is like one of the shortest levels in the game. And so it just doesn't make sense why like there's a ton of build up to the final level. I don't know, maybe I was just getting a little too overhyped for it, but it's not a bad level. I mean, it's still fun to do and fun to play, but it's not what you would expect out of the final level. So that's really going to do it. That's all my notes. My final score for Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, I'm probably going to have to give this one a good 7 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite Lego game, not even close to it, but it was far from bad, and I think that was good. So it's a fun game. I would recommend playing it, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, especially if you're a Lego fan. If you're a Lego Star Wars fan, you probably have already played it. I don't know why I'm trying to recommend this to you, but that's going to do it for this review. If you've ever played Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.